The Steam Winter Sale is upon us once again, and as of 2022, the Steam Winter Sale has been paired with the Steam Replay, a yearly retrospective of gaming. You can look at all of your years of gaming from 2022 and beyond. And naturally, using my own data, it's time to go over the statistics. But before that, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share with all of your friends. Spreading the good gospel of high-tech low-life really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. So we've got some rudimentary statistics here. For starters, it tells you how many games you've played, how many achievements you've unlocked, what percentage of games you've played with either a mouse and keyboard or a controller, and your top 3 most played games. And right below that, it tells me how I stack up against other players. So as you can see here, the Steam median is 13%. Now, the big question is, why don't they use an average? But in this case, I'm very well out of band. I've also played 109 games, whereas most people play 4 games at most per year, which kind of sounds crazy to me. My longest Steam streak is 31 days of playing games in a row, which isn't terrible, and given how my adult life gets in the way of things these days, it's impressive. And right below that is a ratio of new, recent, and classic games. It also tells you the type of games I like to play. In this case, I like roguelike deck builders, third-person shooters, Metroidvanias, spectacle fighters, open world survival craft, and games with ninjas in it. My most played games this year were Destiny 2, Balatro, Starbound, Lost Epic, and Rabbit and Steel. Now, Destiny 2 and Balatro have their own special text, but Starbound doesn't. Kinda wish Valve let developers put whatever special text they want in, no matter how unpopular a game may be. It also tells you the ratio of playtime to number of games played. In this case, I've played more on Windows than I have on Steam Deck. Yes, this is sacrilege. I know I'm a content creator, but you know what? It's whatever, I guess. But I've played more games on my Steam Deck than I have on my Windows PC. And here's some more Steam Deck data. Now, here's something I don't understand. Here it says 11% of my playtime was with the controller, yet above it says over 50%. What's going on? Now, here's something funny. Demos I've played. I think I've played more demos than I have actual games. Which makes sense. I mean, demos are a lot easier to complete and try out, especially during the Steam Deck Next Fest. And here it tells you your longest daily streak and what games I've played during then. And, well, I could show more, but I forgot to. My bad. And it tells you every game you've played on a month-by-month basis. It's a very extensive breakdown on all the ways you play games, whether it's on PC, on Steam Deck, with a controller, with a mouse and keyboard, or heck, maybe how often you play games too. What this tells me is I should stop playing multiplayer games and play more games on my Steam Deck, more single-player games I should say. And to be honest, I haven't played Destiny since like the first month of the final shape, and honestly, it's freed up a lot more time for me to play other games. If you haven't checked out your own Steam Replay, I suggest you do so, because it's very illuminating what sorts of games you play, and how often you play them, and when you play them, and how often you play games in general, and all that good stuff. But not only do you have the Steam Replay, you also have the Steam Awards. It's a 2-part system. See, every gamer gets to nominate specific games for various different awards. And now we're on part 2. The 5 most nominated games in these categories are your nominees of choice, and you get to choose whoever you want to vote for. When you're making a professional game awards show, you have to consider many things, including whether or not a game fits in a category or not. But if it's entirely player driven, then all of that can go out the window. You can choose to vote and nominate games for whatever arbitrary reason you want. You like Black Myth Wukong because you liked the game? You can pick that. You like Balatro because it has unique gameplay? You can pick that. Do you not like any of these games? Then pick whichever one you hate the least. And wow, they nominated Fate Stay Night for Best Soundtrack? Man, it's not even close, man. I bet you it's gonna win. Our Fate Grand Order fan base is gonna pull up for this. What's cool about player-driven awards is that biases are allowed to be shown. What's bad about player-driven voices is that sometimes players are just straight up unreliable. Remember when Geoff Keighley's The Game Awards had their Player's Choice Awards and 3 of those games were gacha games? Yeah, that's what I thought. So Game Awards, man, I like Game Awards. But you know what I like more than Game Awards? Game announcements during those Game Awards. You know what Valve should do? Valve should just announce Half-Life 3 when they're live streaming whoever wins. That'd be so cool, wouldn't it? You also get free stickers as well. And on the topic of stuff you can get, you know those Steam points that you have like hundreds of thousands of? Well, guess what? We've got new items, and it's the Witcher 2024 seasonal set. You can get, a bunch of customization for your profile. You can also get a Steam Deck boot up animation as well. Here's what it looks like. Now unfortunately, Nemupan says that this is the final banner for this year's seasonal sale. Does this mean the Steam Cat Girl is disappearing? That would be most unfortunate. Now let's talk about the actual Steam sale itself. Now in my own personal opinion, I always think the winter sales are better than the autumn sales, and that's because, generally speaking, the discounts are just a little bit cheaper. And also, you know, it's about Christmas time. It's time to treat yourself, you know? The sale's going to be ongoing until January the 2nd, which means if you're getting a Steam Deck for Christmas, or maybe some Steam gift cards, then you can buy some games on sale and get more. Also worth mentioning is that Steam is not the only place where you can get games for your Steam Deck. You can also buy Steam keys from other websites as well. In fact, I have a video telling you how to look for Steam sales outside of Steam, and also tools you can use to maximize your savings, and also just keep an eye on things and keep an eye on when sales do happen. As for game recommendations, I have my PC Gaming Starter Pack. Everything you need to get started with gaming on PC, and for generally really cheap when it's on sale. So now it's time to recommend some other games. I'm not going to recommend 10 this time because I'm kind of running short on time, but still. First of which is Rusted Moss. Rusted Moss is a Metroidvania that doesn't even have a double jump. Instead, it relies on a grappling hook and grappling physics. Genuinely speaking, it's one of the most exhilarating Metroidvanias I've ever played, and there's a lot you can do. If you can truly master the movement tech, you can get anywhere in the game really early on. Now, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League isn't really a game I recommend, but it's also a game that's super duper cheap. And if you're morbidly curious, then why not, right? I mean, heck, I'll do it. It's even coming with an offline mode so that when the game eventually goes offline, you can still play it. Unlike a certain Concord of sorts. And I really do like dungeon crawlers, especially the really grindy kinds. And as such, I can recommend both Labyrinth of Refrain and Labyrinth of Galleria. I've played these games extensively on my Steam Deck. Now be wary, these games are super lengthy, and Galleria took me like 100 hours to beat and get the true ending altogether. And all three of these games are very playable on Steam Deck. Though I don't know if I'd want to play the Suicide Squad, I am going to try it out to see if it's really that bad. Because as funny as it is to watch YouTube videos on it and just form my opinion based on YouTubers' opinions, I think it's better to experience just how bad it is, isn't it? I mean, it's only like $5, right? If you like this video, please press the like button and check out our other videos. And if you like those other videos as well, be sure to press the subscribe button and share the good gospel of high-tech lowlife with your friends. Furthermore, we have a community Discord for enlightened individuals such as you. And if you wish to further support high-tech lowlife, be sure to check out our Patreon page. Links in the description.